Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kurt, and welcome back to Space Engine. Here we are once again. There's been an update. We're in version, if you look in the lower right-hand side, version 0.961. A brand new version came out. One of the additions is this fancy pants loading screen that we have here that gives us a little bit easier access to settings and the editor, which I don't know what it is yet. I'm not going to be touching on that in this video, but gives us a little bit more fine-tuned controls to settings, and the planetarium is what they're calling it. But it's nice. It's making it seem like a robust piece of software. But let me head back into space. Here we are over Earth. A beautiful, beautiful scene from high above Earth orbit. What's going on? Let's zoom out a little bit. There we got the moon over there I just selected, and back at Earth. But yeah, we're here. I wanted to give a tour of a few new things added here and talk about some awesome space stuff, as you know I enjoy doing. Not pertaining to Earth, however. I am really quickly going to zoom out. I'm going to find our old buddy Mars. Is that Mars? That is Venus. The slight difference there. Where is Mars? Mars should be nearby. Let us search for Mars. Mars? Okay. Oh, it's over there. Let's center Mars. Let us go to Mars. And you might notice that in the lower left-hand corner, the date I have set is August 6th, 2012, which is right about the date that the Mars Science Laboratory, the Curiosity rover, is due to land on Mars. So here we are, Mars. Got less than a month before this gigantic rover lands on Mars, and there's actually a pretty cool video that the JPL NASA Center put up on their YouTube channel called Mars Curiosity's 7 Minutes of Terror, and it's all about the landing procedure and how from the moment they start entering Mars's atmosphere, the Martian atmosphere, that's probably the proper way to say it, the Martian atmosphere, till the time they land, they have 7 minutes, and it takes about 15 minutes or 14 minutes for the radio signal to get back to Earth. So we on Earth won't even hear about the Curiosity rover entering the atmosphere until after it's actually, in real time, had already landed successfully, or something went wrong, and that would be terrible. But that's going to be an interesting day. Keep that on your calendars. August 5th and 6th. It's happening for us in North America around midnight on the 5th, so for the rest of the world it's mostly happening on the 6th, but that's going to be something very interesting indeed to be watching. And one of the features I have yet to tell you guys about on Space Engine is that you can actually, quote-unquote, land on the planets. It was a feature in the software for quite a while. I just never either knew about it on my previous videos, or I never actually took the time to show you guys, but I'm not exactly sure where Curiosity is going to land. I believe it's Victoria Crater, but I don't know which of these 100,000 craters is Victoria Crater. So we're just going to pick an interesting region. Oh, I don't know, how about this crater right here? Basically, what I'm going to do is hit Shift-G, and that puts you into the landing trajectory. Hey-oh! Sometimes you clip through the the terrain there, so we're just going to slowly get ourselves out of there. But yeah, now we are simulating what it's like to be on Mars. There's the sun. You see some of the features. There are different options that can allow you to get... obviously, I'm going to fly over here. It's a little bit more interesting near these mountains. There's different options, and even now there's add-ons, user-made add-ons, to get better mapping and textures for each of the planets. I have one of the better ones installed here for Mars, and there's also options in the graphical options to get you more detailed patterns and bump mapping and things on each of the planets, but it's still in an alpha stage, this software, so I have been getting frequent crashes when I try to push it a little bit too hard like that, so for the sake of this video I'm going to take it easy. But yeah, don't mind us, just flying around Mars, taking a look at some craters, indeed, whatnot, and etc. So yeah, little basic controls, WASD, get you around the planet. It's kind of cool. And you can do this on any planet, and I'm sure we might check this out a little bit later when we go to try to find some exoplanets. But yeah, hanging around the surface of a planet's kind of cool. Another kind of cool little milestone that just passed is a couple weeks ago, the Opportunity Rover just passed 3,000 sols, 3,000 Martian days on Mars. It was originally designed to last only 90. So far, it's lasted over 3,000 sols, Martian days, and has driven over 34 kilometers. So that's crazy, and that's awesome. So it's really cool. You can still keep track of what Curiosity is up, or not, I'm sorry, not Curiosity, Opportunity is up to, and all the cool pictures. There's really cool panoramic it recently took that they posted all around the NASA website. So a lot of cool stuff coming up from Mars, and we're having a lot of success. And it's going to be quite the nail-biter trying to watch the Curiosity rover land on Mars. But indeed, enough of this. I do have some business to take care of. I promised a fellow Farlander named Aiden, his dad Steve, sent me a message and said that Aiden wanted me to talk about black holes. And what better place to do that than in Space Engine? So let's leave our quaint little solar system. There goes our sun. Let us speed up, start getting out of the plane of our galaxy. And the best place to find a black hole is going to be, let me rotate around, not out where we're at, but actually in the center of the Milky Way. There is a supermassive black hole, so let's see how close we can get to that. And in testing this out, I was quite surprised that you can indeed find the black hole. Oop, I'm actually going backwards. No, I want to go forwards. You can actually find the black hole in the center here. But yeah, the supermassive black hole at the center of the Milky Way. We're still figuring... Whoa, it sucked us right in. We're still... Okay. It's a little touchy, this space flight. You know, we're traveling faster than the speed of light, so it's bound to happen that we tap. Okay, let's slow down our velocity. Alright, we're starting to get near the core. That's the core of the Milky Way right there. There's a whole bunch of very massive, young, hot stars near the core. Indeed, so here we are, getting a little bit closer. There's a whole lot of stars. If you remember what it looked like when we were in our Milky Way, or even when you go outside and see the stars at night, there are not this many stars in the sky. That would be overwhelming. It'd probably be brighter than the sun. But yeah, there is a supermassive black hole at the center of our Milky Way, and scientists are theorizing at the center of every major galaxy there's a supermassive black hole. That's just the way the physics add up. That has to be that way. Alright, we're starting to... I don't want to overshoot it once again, but I think I'm on the right course. Getting through a whole bunch of these stars. Good grief. Let's see. I found it before. Let's see if I can find it again. But I guess I can talk a little bit about it. Oh, did I pass it up? I may have passed it up. Oh, yes I did. Okay. Here's the most dense part. Oh, yep, that's it right there. Okay. And by it, not that I can see it, but that's a star near it, I believe. Let's select things. How do I do this? Oh. Alright. I'm going to slow down my velocity. There should be... Hey! Okay, here we go. Here's kind of a neat little... plot of the stars that are around the supermassive black hole. And like I was about to say, scientists actually are aware of the black hole in the center of our Milky Way because there are these stars that I'm slowly selecting that actually are moving at quite a rapid velocity, and they can actually map their trajectories and their mass, and they can predict, even though we can't directly view a black hole. Obviously, it's devoid of light. Light can't escape it, so we can't directly view it. We can estimate its mass and its position based on the orbits of these stars around the supermassive black hole, and they theorize that it's 4.31 million times the mass of our own sun. So that is supermassive indeed. But another cool thing here, I'm going to slowly approach it. And as you can see, things are starting to happen. This is just a cool effect. I'm really glad that they... Whoa, we went inside of it. I'm really glad that they added this into the software here. But as you can see, there is the supermassive black hole. And that effect we're getting there is actually something that happens when you're looking at a very large, massive object, is the gravitational lensing. That is where the light from the objects behind, like as you can see, let me put this star right here. If you can see that selection, just to the right of the black hole, is obviously behind the black hole. But as I go around it, the light, even though the star is behind the black hole, the light is actually bending around such gravity that it's coming around and we can see it in front of it. So that is crazy sauce times 2 right there. That is where technically not just the light, but space-time is curved around the black hole, and a similar thing happens even at distant objects. If you have a very massive galaxy cluster billions of light years out, perhaps in that image, the deep field Hubble Space Telescope image, you can start to get gravitational lensing from groups of galaxies, and then you can see galaxies and things behind those galaxies that you normally wouldn't be able to see if there was no such phenomenon as this gravitational lensing. So this is really a cool thing that I'm... Whoa, oh god, we're inside the black hole. Oh god, get me out, get me out, get me out, get me out. Alright, hold on, this might take a couple minutes. We're stuck! Oh, okay, whew, we got ourselves out. Let us get to this star and get ourselves a safe distance away from the black hole. Technically we weren't stuck, but that's a problem I found with this software, is sometimes if you collide with an object, whether or not it be a star or a planet, and you end up going inside of it, it tends to corrupt your installation of the software, and you end up having to reinstall it. So it's an early alpha piece of software, so forgive it for that. But yeah, that was a brief look at the black hole at the center of the Milky Way. Black holes are pretty cool. They're very things that we're very still unsure about. It's 99% of the universe we're not aware of. Black holes are part of them. We know a lot about things. They bend space-time, and if you were to orbit a black hole at a certain distance, you would actually be time traveling, because time is bent by gravity wells, I guess you can call them. So that's a really cool part of Space Engine that you can check out for yourself. And I'm pretty sure, I haven't gone around to the other galaxies, but I'm pretty sure every galaxy probably has kind of a similar black hole on the inside that you can check out. So that there is for you, Aiden. Thank you very much for that question, and I'm glad without that question I probably would have never decided to come to the middle of the Milky Way and check that out. That was really cool. But what else are we going to check out? Let's, as I do, just let's get out of the center of the Milky Way. It's a little bit crowded. Let's pick that star. An orange dwarf, a binary star. But a cool thing, I remember in my last video I was kind of star hopping around trying to find a planetary system with life. It turns out that I didn't need to do that. When you select a star and you press F2, it actually brings up this cool little, I guess, navigation window where you can actually see the planets that are around that system. So that one didn't have too much promising. So let's check out this one. That's interesting. I think I have a setting weird here. No, maybe I don't. Okay, I keep choosing planet or double stars, binary systems. There we go. That's a little bit better. So yeah, you can come to this screen without having to travel to each star, and you can see all of its planets, and then you can select each planet, and then you can get its details. Like that's a hot gas giant, a hot desert, a warm gas giant, a cool Selena. Nothing here that would appear to have life. But yeah, we can just cycle that. A temperate Oceania. If anything was going to have life, it would be that. But I found in this software, if a planet does have life, it actually tells you. It would say temperate Oceania with life. The same thing happens when you select Earth. It says a temperate something with life. I don't remember what it says for Earth, but here we go. Let's check out this Oceania. And there it is. It's pretty much mostly ocean, except for at the caps. Those might be ice caps, who knows? Who knows? I don't know, but let's land there and see. Whoop. Yeah, it does look like it would have just very large ice caps. That's really cool. This is a really cool effect. I really could just lose hours and hours and have lost hours and hours just flying around, landing on different planets. Good times indeed. And there will be, I should have mentioned this at the beginning, but there is going to be a link in the video description. Let's go fly above the clouds. In the video description where you can download Space Engine, I would recommend downloading it from the torrent. Simply to give their servers a little bit of a break, and it also is much quicker than downloading from the other options, the direct options that they have. So go ahead and do that. So yeah, that's kind of cool. Checking out other planets. This one does have a moon. Ooh, a pretty massive moon there. Pretty neat. There is another thing I would like to mention about this newest version, 0.96. But not after I check out this moon here. Very nice, very nice. Seems a little bit cold for life, I guess, but it'll work. It does have an atmosphere. This moon has an atmosphere, so that would be pretty cool. Pretty cool sight. Let me close that to get a little bit better view here. Lens flare, Michael Bay. Hold on, I just want to check a few more planets to see if I can get lucky and find life. The search for life continues. A hot Oceania. About 2 Earth masses. Temperate Terra. Yeah, I think that's what Earth is, a temperate Terra with life. But this doesn't appear to have any life. Of course, it could also be the case that some moons could have life. So we could be missing out entirely. Yeah, it's not an easy thing. That's a nearby star. All these are pretty cold. How about this guy? A yellow dwarf. Kind of like frozen ice world. That's no good. That's no good. Another binary system. Cold, cold, frozen. Where's all the life? I think, actually, before I do what I was planning on doing, I know people have told me to search for some sci-fi planets, so let's go here. I think people said that the moon and planet from Avatar are in here. What was that called? Pandora? Yeah. Pandora is an actual moon of Saturn, but I think this is the Pandora from the movie Avatar, so let's go check it out. Yeah, this is a temperate Terra with life, as you can see. Obviously science fiction, but it's kind of cool that they've kind of added these little nuggets into the software. Here we go. Let's go say hello to the tall blue people. Yeah, okay, yeah, in the movie Pandora was actually a moon of this gas giant. So that's kind of funny. Hilarious. I don't think that it has the weird floating islands or anything, does it? I'd be hard pressed to find such things, but I don't know. Let's just this little tropical area right here seems interesting. So let's head down for landing on Pandora. Holy Moses! So it's a visually pleasing place. Check this out. It seems like whoa, this is awesome. I don't know why I haven't visited here yet. The planets, the exoplanets, the imaginary planets, quote unquote, seem to have a little bit more dramatic landscapes than the actual planets in our solar system. Probably because they can have a little bit more, they can have their way with, you know, like these giant mountains and things. Oh, was that a road? I think that was just a seam in the rendering. Let's just have a little sit down on this giant mountain. Is the planet up in the sky? Oh god, getting dizzy. Huh, I want to get to a place where you can actually, like, see the planet. the gas giant that we're a moon of, just to see what that would look like in the off chance that our planet happen to be just the moon of another planet. All right, where's it at? There it is. Okay. Oh, it's nighttime on that side. Yeah, this will do. Let's take a tropical vacation right here. Land. Ah, yes, just after sunset. Ooh, that's an interesting water effect. That would be crazy sauce. It would actually be a little bit annoying for astronomy's sake. As you know, even just now, the moon tends to get in the way of both the amateur and the professional astronomer here at Earth. The full moon will kind of ruin your ability to see any of the darker objects, so I could just imagine this gigantic planet in our skies just ruining the night skies for us. But yeah, this is really cool. This far and above has surpassed any of the other kind of science and astronomy related software that I've either reviewed for you guys or even just tried on my own. Whether or not it be like Celestia is very similar to this. Celestia, Space, Universe Sandbox, things like that. This, just for its sheer scale, we could start doing this same thing and just go to another galaxy and start clicking on stars and try to see what planets we could find, but we're just sticking to the Milky Way. But this is really something cool, and it's free. It's free for you guys on Windows right now, so I would fully recommend spreading the word and sharing it. Oh, check out that sunset. It reminds me of sunset at Kitt Peak for the Venus transit. Yeah, very similar. Cool. Sorry, I'm just starting to oogle. Stop oogling, Kurt. The other thing that I wanted to show you guys in this latest version of Space Engine, they're starting to test different little aspects to make it even more fun other than finding your favorite sci-fi planet. Let me see if I remember. Alright guys, we are back. We had a little bit of a universe malfunction there, so I had to reload the game a little bit, but we're now somewhere else in the universe above this crazy planet with these crazy rings and this crazy purple nebulous type of situation here. But what I really wanted to show you, if I press Control F3 in this latest version of the game, it brings up a list of spaceships, which certainly got me a little bit excited. It's very early in the development. These are kind of just things they're testing out. But if I go ahead and just click on, say, the shuttle, which I perhaps anticipated would be a space shuttle that we're all familiar with, but if I go there, you'll see that it's far from the case. Here is our shuttle. And you also see that we are kind of just hanging out in deep space, kind of around this nondescript star, with a whole bunch of other very sci-fi, futuristic-looking spacecraft. But this is a new part of the game, I guess, as it's starting to become a little bit of a game. Are these spacecraft? Very rudimentary controls. I'm doing the keypad here. You can go back and forth, up and down, and then there's really not a huge level of control you have. Let's try to get close to this big old thing. I'm using, like I said, the keypad on the right-hand side. Of course, you have to have your number lock on, but then I'm also using WASD to control the trajectory and the speed. I think it's a little bit like Kerbal Space Program. You see that purple circle? The purple circle? It says I'm heading at 4.86 kilometers per second in that general direction, and if I hold down W, that starts to speed up, and you can see my, oh god, collision course, my relative speed to the rest of these spacecraft kind of changes. I haven't looked at too much into this part of it. I've looked at some of the forums, and it looks like the developer of Space Engine is asking for input on if this is something that the users want to keep including in the game. Perhaps they want to make it more arcade-like, where you can just zoom around space like normal and just happen to have some sort of random spaceships. Of course, obviously, I'm assuming eventually, like the textures, there's going to be add-ons where other people are going to be building spaceships and stuff like that that you can control. Or if you wanted to be more realistic, like I think right now, with all these trajectories they have involved, ooh, easy. The controls aren't inverted like they normally are in flight simulators, so I'm a little bit confused. But if you look at, like I said, the direction we're heading, and that's the direction the opposite of the direction we're heading, kind of like Kerbal Space Program. I think if you get near planets and stuff, you can send yourself into orbit with proper orbital insertion maneuvers and trajectories and speeds and things like that. But yeah, here is a quote-unquote space shuttle. There's different, if you look on the upper left there, you can see there's different, it has a mass, there's hyperdrive, normal space. I don't know, I haven't looked into all of the controls on this, but I really briefly just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a kind of a preview. This is kind of a cool thing that they've added. We can take a look at some of the other spacecraft. The problem I had before, I think, is pretty much now that I've put this spacecraft in this trajectory heading this way at 4.92 kilometers per second, if I leave, like say I go back to Earth and go look at Saturn or what else, anywhere else in the universe, this spacecraft is going to stay on this trajectory. So if I leave and come back, this shuttle is going to be so far away from the rest of its friends that it will be a sad day indeed. But let's actually just take a quick spin around the rest of the spacecraft. Whoa! Here's this, I think, starship that we just passed up, which is heading in a particular direction. It's a very similar Shrek ship. I don't know what that is, but we're going to it. Looks like some sort of fuel freighter or something like that. Oh, I see. I'm starting to get the design here. There's these little cylinders there. Oh, wait, I don't think you can see my cursor, but the little donut there is probably a lot like Space Odyssey, 2001: A Space Odyssey, where they spin. Na 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 na. Ha 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 ha. Ooh, that was out of tune. Good job, Kurt. Good job. But yeah, provide some artificial gravity. Whoa, through that one. Ooh, this is an interesting looking one. Pretty cool little spaceship. Let's check out the SHWY. Very similar design. I don't know. You might have to inform me. I might be missing. These things might be like familiar things that are you guys recognize from actual sci-fi movies or something, or books or something like that I'm just not recognizing. But so far I do not recognize such things. And here's a very unusual, almost like it's not quite a solar sail, but it's very interesting design. I don't know how else to say. I think the shuttle is my favorite, obviously, because it looks sleek and fast and awesome looking. Whoa! Of course, I'm slowly drifting away from the other guys up there. Indeed, whatnot, and etc. But yeah, I think I've touched on the things I'd wish to touch on. The universe is quite gigantic, so we'll probably be returning to Space Engine as they develop more things and as they include more awesome destinations to travel to, or we can just come back and just mess around and fly around the universe for all we care. But yeah, certainly thanks for watching this video. Like I said, there will be a link in the video description where you can grab yourself a copy of Space Engine. You can check out the forums and all other things related to the development of this cool piece of software. But in the meantime, my name is Kurt. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you next time. Ooh, getting sick, getting dizzy. Ooh, out of control.